So in this video, I'll tell you about PIQ and SDT. As you're all aware that PIQ is Personal Information Questionnaire and SDT is Self-Description Test. Now, firstly, I'll cover PIQ. This is generally filled up on the first day of assembly, and often we ignore this as a simple form. But let me tell you that this form is very important form, and this constitutes basis for your SSB interview. The question which the president frames are actually based on the information provided in this form. So now let's see next. Whatever you write in this form is very important, and in fact many times indirect questions are asked. Then there should not be any mismatch between what you're writing in PIQ and what answers you are giving during your interview. So, like in hobbies, you are putting up, say, football. So, you should know generally about football. Or in your hobby, you are suppose writing a camera club. And in interview, I mean, don't give a reply that I don't know much about camera. So, what you write, you should know, and whatever you are writing, you should be able to explain during your interview. That is the importance of this form. So, like hobbies and all, whatever you write, camera or whatever, you should be thorough about it. Thorough means you need not have a professional knowledge, but you should have general knowledge. Suppose that your hobby is photography. So the likely questions are which camera you use, then what are features in that, what all are features available in your camera, can you zoom, what types of photographs you use, where do you display your photographs, how do you process your photographs, copyrights, and so on. I mean, just general knowledge you must be having about the photography. You need not to have a very professional or in-depth knowledge. Now, certain mistakes we do while writing PIQ. So first time when I went for SSB, so I took it as a very normal form. So I was just writing something very casually. Somewhere there were some cuttings, somewhere some information was not provided, somewhere I did not write anything. So don't do these things. So firstly, whatever information you are writing, make sure that it is correct information. Sometimes we forget many details, year of graduation or date of birth, because of nervousness or hurry. Then don't write too much data. Don't write too many hobbies or too many achievements, because then it will be that much difficult for you to reply during interview. Then use good handwriting. I mean, handwriting should be readable, and these forms are also assessed by psychologists, so kindly be careful. And don't leave any columns blank, and don't use abbreviations like NA or not known, NK. And wherever you are using these abbreviations, make a asterisk mark and explain them. Then whatever you are writing, remember it, because this is what is going to be asked in interview, especially last three columns. And don't be confused about your achievements, and don't write half baked or distorted data. And don't write too many hobbies. Sometimes there's a tendency that if I write too many hobbies, or if I'm not writing anything, then my form is not looking good or my personality is not good. It's not that. Write only that much which you can answer or tackle during interview. Okay. Now, how to fill up PIQ form? So first tip is you should know your personal details very clearly and avoid mistakes. Then write true statements and answers. I mean, don't write something concocted. Write correct achievements and hobbies, and you should know details about these, as I told you before. Avoid cuttings, overwritings, and don't try to match your PIQ form with the chap sitting next to you, because he is different and you are different. then remember correctly your number of attempts, because sometimes candidates are having a large number of attempts and they forget about it. So this should be carefully remembered. And since we know the format of PIQ, so you can practice it beforehand. Now this is what the PIQ form looks like to those who have not seen it. So serial number 1 is selection board details, where you are appearing now. Serial number 2 is your name, father's name. Serial number 4, place of maximum residence. So now here you have to write very carefully. If you have lived at 3 places, A, B, C, and B you have lived maximum, so write that place. But when you're writing that place, you should know everything about that place, because the interview questions are going to be asked from about that place, history of that place, railway station, airport, then government offices, head offices, like that. Your present address, permanent address. Now you should write down addresses down to the level of district headquarter and the pin code numbers. Don't write incomplete address. Then of course it is asking district headquarter, so that mention that. Then about your general details, which state and district you belong, then your religion, category, mother tongue, date of birth, etc., marital status. Then about parents. Now besides these columns, there is one more column actually, brothers and sisters. So they ask the details of each brother and sister, and that you have to write very carefully, and you should know about them. If somebody is a judge, then you should know the functioning of court. I mean, little bit, not in detail. If somebody is an army, then you should know his unit and where all he has been, and like that. So generally, you should be aware. Don't say that I don't know, or I not been to them, or don't talk to them. So next is your educational record from 10th class onwards. So they should be correct and should tally with your certificates. Then your age and your height. Now height you should know. Generally we don't know our weight and height. So sometimes because during medical they don't measure the height. They'll ask you what height you are having. If you're more than that required height, then sometimes will not measure it. So you should know your height correctly. Then your present occupation, what do you do, job, your monthly income, etc. That should be provided here. Then details of your NCC training, which certificate and which all levels you've done, your scouts training, games and sports participation, hobbies. Now these 3 columns, 10, 11 and 10, 11 out here, they are very important, because many questions will be asked from these details. Whatever you write in this form, definitely expect a question on that. Then extracurricular activities, write whatever you have done. Even during your school days, you participated in some debate or some drama, write that. Drawings. Then nature of commission you are seeking, so permanent, temporary. Then choice of service, whether army, air force, navy. Then arm you have to give. Then number of chances availed, that you can mention. And last interview, so mention all these details, and finally your signatures. So this was all about PIQ. Now we'll see the SDT. This is a short form of self description test, and this is conducted on second day. You are asked to write your self description under 5 definite headings. Now why I am covering as PIQ and SDT under same video is that they both are related. Many details which are there in PIQ are to be furnished in SDT. So let's see about SDT. As I told you, it is self-description test, psychologist test, and it is basically carried out to cross-check how much candidate knows about himself. It is basically conducted to understand whether candidate is aware of his strength and weaknesses or no, because if he is aware, then he can improve in future. but if he is not, then probably it will not be good for armed forces. So it is that important. It can lead to your selection or rejection. So it is conducted under 5 headings. So total 15 minutes time is given, and basically they ask opinion of parents about you, then opinion of your teachers about you, then what is the opinion of your friends about you, then what you think about yourself, and what would you like to do in future. So let's see. Now listen to the instructions carefully about filling up of this form. Then make certain factors. This you can decide beforehand. Like you are hardworking, you are sincere, you help others during difficulties, and you do teamwork. So these 4 points must reflect in everybody's statement, directly or indirectly. And whatever information you are furnishing here, like in at some place you must be mentioning your hobbies and all. So that should tally with what you've given in your PIQ. Now SDT is also used by interviewing officer to frame questions. Don't write too many weaknesses. Be honest, but be practical, and practice writing SDT in your own time. So now I'll present you one SDT of a candidate. So his opinion of his parents about him. So basically, it's revolving around 3 4 points: sincere, hardworking, difficult situations. So this is how you should punch your keywords. I mean, it should not be that parents are saying that you are sincere, hardworking, and help others during difficult situations, whereas your teachers are saying that you are intelligent and smart. So there should not be mismatch. Choose the words carefully and then describe them carefully. And when you describe, it should not be a very obvious description. Here again, teachers are saying sincere and participate. So again, there are common characteristics from what parents are saying and now what teachers are saying. Friends are also saying you like to get involved in any situation. So it's actually teamwork, which was reflected in your parents' opinion. Yourself, you are also feeling that you are sincere, responsible, hardworking, difficult situations. So certain words are common, and that's what is more important. That everybody's opinion, like what I am, I'll appear same to others. I mean, I cannot say that I am so and so, and the others are feeling different about me. So that is what is the importance of this particular form. Finally, what you would like to do in future. So you just say that through my hard work, I would like to be a successful person and would like to be officer of Indian Army and serve the nation. Practice your PIQ and SDT in your own time. You can make draft, and you can WhatsApp to me on this number given here for corrections. So wish you all good luck and thank you.